Have you ever wondered why your home sometimes feels heavy? Why peace seems to vanish even when everything looks normal? What if I told you there's an unseen reason angels may be avoiding your home, and it has to do with something as simple as this. The Prophet Muhammad gave us a chilling revelation, one that connects the seen and unseen worlds. It's not superstition, it's a divine truth. Because angels, the very beings who bring mercy, blessings and protection, refuse to enter certain homes. But why? What did the Prophet really mean? And what can you do to make sure your home stays filled with light, peace and barakah? Stay till the end, because this isn't just about dogs. It's about the spiritual energy of your house, and the one practice that decides whether angels stay or leave. The Prophet Muhammad gave a profound warning that angels of mercy do not enter a home where there is a dog. This teaching is authentically recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, where the Prophet said, "The angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or an image." Sahih al-Bukhari 32:25, Sahih Muslim 21:06. This hadith carries deep spiritual wisdom. Angels are beings of light who are attracted to purity, remembrance and obedience to Allah. Their presence brings barakah, blessings, tranquility and protection. When the Prophet informed the believers that angels avoid homes containing dogs, it was not to vilify the animal, for Islam recognizes dogs as part of Allah's creation, but to remind Muslims about maintaining an atmosphere of tahra, spiritual cleanliness. The saliva of dogs is considered najis, as mentioned in Sahih Muslim. The purification of a vessel that a dog licks is to wash it 7 times, one of them with earth. Sahih Muslim 279. This ruling teaches the believer to be mindful of physical and spiritual impurity. A house that harbors impurities or distractions from remembrance of Allah may lose the blessing of angelic presence. Yet Islam is a religion of balance. Dogs can be kept for protection, hunting or herding, as the Prophet permitted these exceptions. However, keeping dogs inside living areas unnecessarily distances the angels of mercy. The prophetic message is clear. Guard your home's spiritual purity if you wish for angels to enter. With peace, blessing and divine protection, fill your space with dhikr, cleanliness and remembrance, not heedlessness or impurity. In Islam, the home is not merely a physical shelter. It is a sacred space that reflects the condition of the heart and soul of its inhabitants. A pure home invites divine mercy, while impurity and negligence can repel it. The Prophet Muhammad taught that angels descend upon homes filled with remembrance, Qur'an recitation and cleanliness, bringing sakina, tranquility, and barakah, blessing. Spiritual purity begins with physical cleanliness. The Prophet said, "Cleanliness is half of faith." Sahih Muslim 223. This statement goes beyond hygiene. It represents a deep link between the outward and the inward. A cluttered, neglected space often mirrors a distracted and unsettled heart. When a believer maintains cleanliness in the home, it becomes a reflection of their inner order and mindfulness before Allah. However, true purity extends beyond soap and water. It includes the purification of what enters the home, from the food we consume to the words we speak. The Qur'an reminds us, indeed Allah loves those who are constantly repentant and loves those who purify themselves. Surah Al-Baqarah 222. A spiritually pure home is one where Qur'an recitations are frequent, the call to prayer echoes, and gossip or backbiting finds no place. It's a home where mercy thrives and where angels find comfort. When homes become centers of remembrance, dhikr, even the walls and objects bear witness to faith. Such homes are protected from shaitan's whispers and filled with divine light. In contrast, a home filled with neglect, noise and heedlessness slowly loses its spiritual fragrance. To maintain purity, believers are encouraged to regularly recite Surah Al-Baqarah, keep the environment free from impurity, and invite angels through salah, dhikr, and sincere gratitude. Islamic teachings are rooted in divine wisdom. Every command and prohibition carries both a spiritual and practical benefit. The restriction regarding dogs within the home is not about hatred or cruelty, but about maintaining spiritual purity and protecting the sanctity of the space where angels descend. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or an image." Sahih al-Bukhari 3322, Sahih Muslim 2106. This hadith reveals an unseen spiritual reality. Certain forms of impurity or heedlessness create barriers between a believer and divine mercy. Angels, who bring barakah, blessing and protection, are repelled by spaces that reflect negligence of spiritual ardor. Dogs, while beloved creatures of Allah, carry a form of ritual impurity, najasa, in their saliva, which requires cleansing if it comes into contact with utensils or clothes. The restriction is therefore not an act of rejection, but a form of discipline and spiritual hygiene. Islam acknowledges the usefulness of dogs for guarding, hunting, or herding, but discourages keeping them merely for display or companionship inside the home, as this can gradually erode spiritual sensitivity. Moreover, the presence of dogs in sleeping or prayer areas can impact cleanliness, modesty, and the sacred atmosphere of ibadah, worship. Islam places strong emphasis on keeping the home as a sanctuary of remembrance, where angels feel welcome. This rule also teaches believers balance, to care for animals with mercy, but to maintain spiritual awareness of their impact on the unseen world. The true wisdom lies in understanding that every act of obedience, no matter how small, aligns the believer with divine order and keeps the home open to Allah's mercy and angelic presence. Islam is a religion of balance, a faith that harmonizes mercy with discipline and compassion with purity. When it comes to the matter of dogs, the Prophet Muhammad never prohibited them absolutely. Instead, Islam sets boundaries that protect both spiritual and physical well-being, while allowing for necessity and compassion. The Prophet said, "Whoever keeps a dog, except a dog for herding livestock, hunting or farming, will lose 1 qirat of reward every day." Sahih al-Bukhari 5059, Sahih Muslim 2947. This hadith highlights a key principle in Islamic law. Exceptions exist where benefit, maslaha, outweighs restriction. Dogs used for protection, farming or hunting serve a legitimate purpose, and keeping them for such needs does not bring spiritual loss. Islam recognizes their loyalty, intelligence and usefulness, but simultaneously protects the sanctity of homes designated for worship and remembrance. The faith also commands Muslims to treat animals with kindness. The Prophet narrated the story of a man forgiven by Allah for giving water to a thirsty dog, a powerful reminder that mercy to animals is an act of worship. Similarly, cruelty or neglect toward them is a grave sin. Thus, the Islamic view is neither extreme prohibition nor blind attachment. It is a path of moderation, where believers maintain purity in sacred spaces, but extend compassion to every creature of Allah outside them. In essence, Islam teaches that dogs are not impure beings in themselves, but that their ritual impurity must be respected in matters of cleanliness and prayer. A believer's duty is to balance affection with discipline, ensuring both spiritual integrity and humane care, a reflection of Islam's profound harmony between the seen and unseen worlds. In Islam, a home filled with barakah, blessings, peace and divine protection is one that welcomes the presence of angels. Angels, malaika, are beings of light who descend into environments of purity, remembrance of Allah and righteous behavior. They bring sakina, tranquility, to the hearts of believers and protection from unseen harm. To attract them, Muslims are taught to maintain both physical and spiritual cleanliness within their homes. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or an image of a living being." Sahih al-Bukhari 3225, Sahih Muslim 2106. This hadith emphasizes that angels seek environments that reflect the remembrance of Allah and avoid those that carry impurities or distractions from spirituality. A clean, organized and peaceful home becomes a sanctuary for divine presence, while clutter, impurity or heedlessness can repel blessings. To maintain a home that welcomes angels, Muslims are encouraged to recite Qur'an, especially Surah Al-Baqarah, as it drives away shaitan and invites angelic protection. Regular dhikr, prayer, and saying Bismillah before daily tasks sanctify the space. Avoiding arguments, gossip, and negligence of prayer ensures the home remains spiritually vibrant. It's also sunnah to make dua when entering and leaving the house, for angels record these acts of remembrance and guard the believer. Keeping the home clean, free from impurity and sinful distractions, transforms it into a place of worship, mercy, and peace. Ultimately, a home that welcomes angels is not about luxury or size. It's about the light of faith that fills it. When Allah's name is remembered within its walls, the unseen world responds with protection, harmony, and endless blessings.